Welcome to another battle commentary. This is a game between Emperor Dion and me on the Syrian ridge. I was the attacker and played as Prussia. My army consists of 7 musketeers, 3 foot guards, 4 fusiliers, a classic general staff, 4 lancer cav in the center, 2 regular ones, the Polish Tuwachis, and the Brandenburg Uhlans. The Tovachi unit boosts the morale of nearby units, so this is a very useful unit to use. Dion played as France. He brought 6 cavalry units, 4 of them being chasseurs cheval, and 2 of them are chevaux-légers lancers. He has 3 voltigeurs, a classic general staff, a militia, 4 fusiliers of the line, 2 Swiss foot, 1 old guard, the guard seaman, and the 18th Regiment d'Infanterie de Ligne, the brave regiment. When you face France in a 1v1 battle, you're in danger of losing morale quickly because of the old guard, which intimidates your troops. That's why I included a guard unit in my left wing, in the center, and on the right. I sent 1 musketeer unit into this forest to threaten his flank if he goes up here. So let's begin. My lancers are heading for the non-forested areas of the ridge. His cav force does not only have a numerical advantage of 6 to 4, the French are also much better. So I hope that he will shoot the hill with his chasseurs cheval, and that I can 2v1 here these chevaux-légers lancers, and the same over here against these ones. But you will see that my timing was very bad. Yes, fire at will on, but he actually got a shot off on my lancers. He retreated the chasseurs cheval, and I changed the charge order in the last second on his chevaux-légers lancers. He charged uphill, that's why he lost the charge, and also his chasseurs cheval were in the way. But I was scared of getting overflanked by his other 2 chasseurs cheval. That's why I retreated my 2 lancers on this side. This enables him to charge his chevaux-légers lancers into my flank here. I have to retreat my cavalry. I'm losing more heavily, and I try to lure him down into the range of my fusiliers, but he sees that and doesn't chase my units. He stays on the ridge. So this cav fight was very well managed by him. So I sent my heavy infantry up the hill, and my light infantry is ready to shoot whatever comes across the ridge, so namely the cavalry. He does the very same thing. He waits for his voltigeurs for my cavalry to attack his line infantry on the hill. And here the 2 guard units were approaching on my right, but he changes direction and goes up the hill. They are in a very vulnerable position, so I see this and send my lancers here. He has a protection line consisting of fusiliers, but no cavalry here, and the protection line is under attack by my musketeers, and he does not have any protection anymore, especially no cavalry. So I sent my lancers in to force him into squares and shoot them. Over here he sent up his militia, and this is actually a very nice trap by him. Because I thought let's charge the militia with the Brandenburg Uhlans, because they cannot form square, and I can bring chaos to his formation here. But this is what he intended to do. He has two voltigeurs here, the other one is hidden, which are waiting for my cavalry to charge his militia. But over here I forced him into square. He forms all three squares, and I retreat my cavalry here, and I'm shooting at the squares. Here is what happened. He's shooting my Brandenburg Uhlans, and here he is counter-charging. I formed a square, and I move away my lances so he can't charge through the square. And I'm moving into position. My Fusiliers were not in position to shoot his cavalry, so I turned them, and now they can. The second Chasseur Cheval also counterattacked here up on the ridge, but there are no line infantry units in position to shoot at my squares, so he didn't support his cavalry with infantry. Now he retreated his cavalry because he saw that my Fusiliers are in position now, and I had to retreat this musketeer because they were destroyed by the guard seamen. He's fighting against the forest here, against the musketeers, and his old guard lost 40 men already. My units are approaching, and I decide for a counterattack again with my lances. I move around the shooting area of the Chasseur Cheval and target them now. He formed the square with the Fusiliers, but I targeted the Chasseur Cheval, so the square broke. All this time, his right-wing units are shooting because they have fire at will on, and they are shooting at this musketeer, which they can't hit. The losses they suffered were around here in the early stage of the game, and he actually loses men because of his shooting, you see. So you have always to watch out with your fire at will if you actually have a line of sight for your units. Okay, let's go on. My units bring chaos to his lines. Actually, my one lancer unit brings chaos to his lines. His Fusiliers route with 59, and I charged the Chasseur Cheval, which were not yet in position. That's why they didn't shoot. And his lances finish off my lancer unit finally. But the old guard is routing with 26, so they will not come back into the game. And I order a general advance here on my right, and I move up the Fusiliers, which can go safely up the hill because he retreated his cavalry, and he sees that I have more troops here, so he moves back his troops on the left, on his left, but I see that the 59 unit will come back soon, so I sent my Brandenburg Uhlans here to chase them, but it was too late, and they came back and are in this forest now, so I sent a musketeer unit to kill them. Over here he moved his 3 voltigeurs up the hill. but he saw his Fusiliers coming back into the game and decides to save them. So he rebuilds his formation on the left and wants to kill my isolated musketeer unit. I kind of didn't expect him to do this. He sent his fast chevaux légers lances. My musketeer unit is not yet in position, and I lost the square with the 95 musketeers. Over here, I wanted him to move his chevaux légers into the forest, and then I countercharge. The forest slows down the chevaux légers, and that's how I can win this engagement with my Brandenburg Uhlans, which would have lost otherwise. My musketeers are down to 59, so they lost 40 men against the lances. And I sent a second musketeer unit, and he sends his Scazi men. The Brandenburg Uhlans charge the chevaux légers lancers into the flank, but my line infantry here is out of the game. My general staff is close to the action once again, and my guards and fusiliers and musketeers here in the center are approaching. I forced his guard seamen um, into square, so I can shoot it with my musketeers. And I go on with the 10 Brandenburg Uhlans, charging into his chevaux légers lances. Finally get finished. Okay. But I'm in the forest now, and he decides to retreat and not attack it again, because my guard is here as well now. On the other side, he takes this forest. Also has a flank protection line of fusiliers, and I decide to counterattack. I reform here my guards. I want my guards here on the flank to attack for an attack with a combined attack with my lances, and the musketeers protect my light infantry. I'm shooting against the voltigeurs, and the voltigeurs normally can hold very long against Prussian Fusiliers, at least when they're in a distanced shootout. But he did not go into the light formation. That's why they are standing and not sitting down. But he deployed some stakes. I didn't see this in the battle. I should have targeted this one. But anyway, my guard is engaging the fusiliers of the line, and my lances are trying to overflank them. And his morale drops very quickly because his general is very far away. Also, he does not have any cavalry units on his right flank. He forms the square, and I try to change direction and bring chaos to his voltigeurs and the 18th Regiment. Also, I attacked his weak garrison here in the center with one musketeer and one foot guard, and also the Tuachis. His voltigeurs fled the game. Now he moves his cavalry, but his general is still on his left flank, and his fusiliers broke. My Tuachis are hunting down the light infantry. My general is in the center now. My light infantry gets some shots off, and he decides for a all-in attack on his left. So he charges his cavalry against my light infantry, but he does not have the numbers to in line infantry especially to actually win this engagement. So I did not really micro this anymore. This was a mistake. I underestimated the damage made by his cavalry. But my left wing won against his units over here, and my center units come to flank his Fusiliers. And I still have a 100 man guard unit on the flank. So as I said, he managed to do a lot of damage with his cavalry against my smaller musketeer units here. The guard seamen are running, and he has only the Swiss foot left. My Tovachis are hunting down the remaining Voltigeurs, and my guard is shooting the troops which came back, the Fusiliers of line, and also the Voltigeurs and the Brave Regiment came back. So this was the game. GG to Dion. He did very well in the beginning with his cavalry, but afterwards he kind of lost the initiative. Also his cavalry and his guards did not kill very much. That's a problem when you can't inflict a lot of damage with your cavalry and guards. So the foot guards did a good job. The Tovachis did very well as well. Only the lances did not really good, but let's say that they had a tactical use. So see you on the next video. Bye.